Welcome to the Square Spiral Garden. Look at my wild grape. I have eaten a lot of this lately. The leaves, the young leaves are really tasty, and you can tell they're young when they're still shiny like this, and they're a little bit warmer color, and obviously they're towards the end, but as I pick them, sometimes they'll grow back in different locations. So I keep an eye out for them. I combine them with mint and a little bit of oregano and what else? Young tansy. Young tansy is edible, just the top leaves, and basil, and sometimes a little bit of parsley. So I'm continuing to add canna to the flower bed that goes along the parking area. This canna is the same as those over there, so it'll be consistent looking. I got it moved yesterday and watered in. Oh, the wee pond also needs water. There is a hurricane that has hit Texas, and it's supposed to turn north. That's Beryl. I guess it's a tropical storm at this time. So I'm hoping that it will bring us some rain. I have not watered anything except for specific plants. I watered these guys in for the first few days. And I've been watering the tomatoes and the watermelon. So the mulberry that I stripped is coming back from the root. Can't say I'm surprised, but I'm also surprised. Oh, kitten. It's been very dry. Even the salvia is suffering from the heat, but I think it's also a little bit sunburned because those taller plants grew when this tree was here and that protected it from the afternoon sun. Now this is gone, so I think it's a little bit burned. Some of the younger shoots are looking stronger. So it's just, plants can get sunburned too. I don't know if you knew that. We're getting hazelnuts, so I think we'll have to be fighting squirrels. Oh, there are some grapes. All right. See, the dry has been good for the grapevine. Grapes do not like humidity, and this particular Niagara vine is supposed to be better at handling heat, but humidity, but I'm still keeping the sunchokes covered to protect them from the deer. I dug out some of the three of the elderberry, and I'm getting ready to dig out a fourth one. 2 of the 3 survived. I was really surprised. As clayish as the soil is here, it still fell apart and left roots exposed, and it did not handle that well at all. So I've already watered this in. I'm letting the water soak in, and then I will dig it, and hopefully the soil will hold together. I'm going to take that to my sister-in-law and her husband because they're interested. They have a small farm as well. Here's the elderberries. They are still green right now. Well, look at that. Some of them have already ripened. And I think that's why a lot of these are missing. The ripe ones have already been eaten. How about that? Already turning ripe. I've also seen a recipe for pickling the green ones, and they turn into something like a caper. So I'm considering doing that. The mugwort is doing fine. We are not surprised. These are black sunflowers. My other sunflowers got eaten either by rabbits or deer. I'm really glad these guys are still here. I have again remembered that putting a urine solution all the way around the outside of the garden has kept the deer and the rabbits out in the past. I forgot that. I forget a lot of things. Then I remembered. So I've been doing that, and it looks like they have not come back. So that's good. These are also good. Brown-eyed Susans. I love these flowers. Canna banana corner, soon to be fig corner. That has not happened yet. So this is what tells me that the deer have not come back, because they've been eating the tops of those. Ooh, this is hot over here. Sparrow grass. Ooh, that was hot on my feet. All right. So we have tomato, and there's 2 tomatoes. Oh, golly, look how dry that is. There's 2 tomatoes down on the other side, just where that little green tower is, just past the pokeweed. The poke is not impressive this year. It got shaded by the mustard greens. And then once the mustard greens died, it has not really grown much. I don't know if it's just not getting enough water or what. It's also a cluster of poke, so in the past it's just been 1 or 2 plants, and I've named them Inky. These are Inky Juniors, and I don't think I want this to happen again, so I will probably cut them down in the future. But they are going to bloom right now. This one's gone to fruit. That's the biggest one right now. Blueberries, very unhappy with the dry. I have not watered this year. I have not watered. It's crazy. Here's a recent compost heap. It did get dug up by an animal. And again, I'm remembering how to use urine in the garden. It's not just, not only is it free, but it's fertilizer. 2 thumbs up, 1, 2. And it deters them animals from digging. So here's my most recent compost. And I did take the urine bucket and pour it over. Well, it's more of a bottle rather. Poured it over, and they have not disturbed that. Here's my watermelons. They're doing almost nothing. I've been watering them every other day, and they've grown like a couple of inches. It's very frustrating. Watermelon just do not enjoy my garden. More black-eyed Susans. More trees I have to cut down. I have to cut all that down too. That's the crepe myrtle that keeps growing back. The asparagus corner over here has done really well since we cut down that crepe myrtle. Oh, that crepe myrtle is blooming now. Isn't it pretty? I'm really glad that I cut it down. I mean, it had mostly died, and I'm just remembering that that's a good way to manage crepe myrtle, is every few years cut it down to the ground, let it grow back. But I don't want this to grow because it's too close to the house. But you know what? Maybe I could just let it grow each year and cut it down each winter. Might do that. There's a cat hunting something. Good girl, hunting something next to the house. Here's one of our trumpet vines, very pretty, growing up this guy. So next spring we should have a lot of flowers on that. That's the one that blooms in the spring, if I remember right. Other cannas, I did have a fancy canna over here that was dark colored, and it was supposed to be very exotic and such. It did not survive. This is just the ordinary cannas, but they're so close to the house here. See, canna only about 6 feet from the house, that they get too much shade, I guess, during the day. More cannas over there, also in partial shade. They never bloom. I've never seen them flower. Here's where I dug them up, and so there's some roots left. So I've got more I'll be able to spread around. There's bugs. Here's my oregano and the rosemary. That's my chicory. Afternoon, it looks so scraggly like that, and in the morning there's these gorgeous, it's just absolutely covered in gorgeous purpley blue flowers. Garlic continuing to finish growing its, oh, what are those called? Scapes? Garlic scapes, these are called. What else is going on in the garden? All right, so we've already covered the moving the things and the fact that the pond is low. Yeah, all right, so that's the garden update. Not much else going on, except check out how much the butterflies love those flowers. That's the native purple coneflower, also known as echinacea. That is crazy. It is just every time I come out, morning or afternoon. Right now it's about 3 in the afternoon. Those guys are just covered. All right, so wish us luck on the rain coming in. And I'm just gonna focus now on my gorgeous elderberry. All right, be well, y'all. Happy gardening.